figured it out, and after a hell of a lot of experimentation and combining options with D-Draw, I finally managed to get it. So now I've got, in addition to the HD mod that has been provided, I've combined D-Draw and my own experimentation, and I've got a running build of Sudden Strike that is absolutely flawless. I cannot complain about it in any way now at this point. Alright, so let's start with just the normal version of the game. This is what I've been using for years up until now. I've now got like 5 different builds of the game, they're all different. Alright, so the sound's broken. I'm locked at these shitty resolutions. Mouse feels weird on the main menu, and it's boxed. The aspect ratio is screwed here, because it's just this main menu. And of course, no sound, which is really jarring. And then we get in, and I'm playing in a box version. The mouse feels really laggy and slow. And of course, the resolution is screwed. I would have to stretch this or something. I can't even remember what I did. How did I make this presentable for YouTube before? I don't know. It looks terrible though, and I've got a tiny little view of the game that I'm already not used to at all. Alright, so this is terrible, this is atrocious. Mouse feels alright at the moment. But of course, scrolling, panning the camera, you have to just use the minimap down here, it's terrible. Even using the keys, it just flies around, so this is borderline unplayable. It's really hard to play like this. I made it work and I did some impressive stuff, but it was terrible. Alright, so now we go straight to just HD mod. That's coming up next. So that's the base HD mod, here we go. And then we're going to do that again.
The air sovereignty of the German
Sound
troops
works.
in this part of the
Sound works. And of course it's all fixed aspect ratio and everything. And then we get in, and even though it's in full HD now and looks amazing, the mouse feels a little bit bad. Maybe I'm just really sensitive to this stuff, but compared to on the desktop with 240 FPS and here, it's really slow. I can feel it, it's delayed. It's like I'm playing at 60 FPS, because I think I actually am playing at 60 FPS. Scrolling with the arrow keys is alright, but you would never do that. Scrolling with the mouse, well, my mouse can easily go off onto my other monitor, and I can accidentally click the game, Alt-Tab, let's see if that happens. Yeah. But of course, the HD mod is great, so Alt-Tabbing is fine. Game is never going to crash. I think I could just do this over and over again, and it wouldn't be an issue. But still, you want to have Borderless-Windowed, so that's what made me look at D-Draw at first. But yeah, this is so good. Already this is just making me want to play the game. But of course, there's the issue of the mouse going off the screen, and the mouse is not exactly perfect. It's because it's running inside a graphics container, and it's rendering frames at like 60 FPS or something at the moment. I can feel that, so let's leave this. Even in the main menu, the mouse doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel great. It's better than some games, but it's not great. And now, Sudden Strike in 1080p with D-Draw. Skip all the cutscenes, everything works. Mouse feels really good here, in this tiny window.
The air sovereignty.
And then it switches to the proper resolution. And already, look at that, I've got a frame counter, which is weird having a frame counter in a game this old, and shadow play pops up. And the mouse is amazing. Everything that I want to do, I can do. Feels really good. It's just like on the desktop at the moment at 240 FPS, which is what I'm actually getting. I'm running this game at 240 FPS, so I can do really fast movements. Oh man, imagine if I had the PR5. Yeah, so this is it. This is what it's all about. Sudden Strike, 1080p, Borderless-Windowed, so the mouse is never going to go off on other monitor. You're never going to accidentally tab out. Even got a frame counter, and it's currently drawn 230 frames per second. Look at that. That is nuts. This feels so clean.
готово, товарищ командир? Пехота готова. Артиллеристы готовы. Пехота готова, товарищ командир.
Yeah, so anything I can think to do, I can pretty much do now. This is it. I don't know how you can really improve on this. And I'll show you the combination of settings that I used to get this. So when you download ddraw, you just drop a folder and a few files into this directory. There's... Hang on, I used this to hold the files previously. But there is subtest, ddraw, cnc, ddraw config, and ddraw. Is there any folder? I don't know if there's a folder. But you can use this application. I just put it on another monitor. And you can toggle in here. But I don't think you really want to do that. But here's what my settings are in here. So you can match the settings. What I should just do is upload a set of the files to Mega or something. Just like the HD mod is uploaded to. So I'll do that, but just in case, I'm going to go through this. So it's going to be windowed. Maintain aspect ratio off because you want the resolution and the aspect ratio to be handled by the HD mod only. Enable VSync, that's really important. So what I'm trying to do here, what I actually did to get this all to work, is to force VSync and maintain 240 FPS locked. Try to do that. So then you have an extremely high frame rate with VSync, which means that you're always drawing a lot of frames and your monitor is refreshing alongside those frames as the game draws them. OpenGL is important as well. That's the graphics. That's the renderer that you use to handle that. And if you don't have all of these settings, it won't work. I had to do so much tweaking and toggling stuff to get this right. So OpenGL, limit frame rate at 240, or whatever your monitor goes to. Sync with monitor refresh rate here. Force high FPS. But really it's this that you want, ddraw. So I went through this and what did I do? Oh yeah, I put 240 in here. And there was another place, a minimum frame rate. Yep, min FPS 240. And then down here, I actually had to do this as well, I think. Fixed mouse hook equals true. I'm not sure if that was important, but I had that enabled when I got this working solution. I think what finally did it was, what was it again? There was something that I did after I was just about to give up. It was one of these. One of these settings that I used. Oh yeah, it was, I think... So I got all of this stuff right, enabled VSync, got the frame rate right, but there was something else. Down here, I'm gonna keep looking. Nah, none of those. Max game ticks. I tried this as well. I tried putting that to 60 and it didn't help. I thought it did it first, but it didn't. I think it might have been enabling VSync down here. So once I got all of the frame rate stuff handled, I forced VSync. Yeah, but I'm just so happy that I finally figured it out. Because even though it's already a massive improvement over what I had, not having a clean mouse is always really annoying. Because it means you don't have to get used to a shitty mouse. Now you can just start playing the game and the mouse just feels natural. Let's try and find one of these that are late on, right? This is one of my missions that I uploaded from years ago.
Artillerie ist bereit.
This took hours and hours, but I managed it. Look at that, I just efficiently just devastated the whole map. Even took this island, which you don't have to do. And I did that without pausing or loading as well. This was so clean. Let's see what my kills were. Quit to menu and then nearly 2,000 infantry killed. Look at that KD as well. That is legit. That's a KD of 12. That's legit too. Wait, I'm gonna do another one. Oh, Volkswagen pack bug. This was interesting. I looked at this, and this is actually fixed here.
Artillerie ist bereit.
Hang on, I'm gonna... I think I used to be able to just have them... Oh, let's see if this crashes it. Let's see. I think this crashes it. That's what I was forgetting, the second guy has to come off. Oh my god, yeah. I found that like 2 years ago. Yeah, so I'll archive these files and anything else that's involved with DDraw, and I'll upload it, and then I'll link it in the description, and then other people will be able to get a perfectly clean mouse. So you just download the HD mod, install that. I'll link that in the description as well, and then you download these files and drop them in the directory. And you don't have to do anything, you don't have to run any exes and install anything. The files being in the directory is enough.
The air...
Imagine doing this mission now, this really expansive, ambitious mission,
Готово.
when you have perfect 1080p with a smooth mouse, and you can play the game really cleanly.
Товарищ командующий.
Like, see the amount of fucking micro I'd be able to do?
Товарищ командующий.
Look at this fucking micro.
Танкисты на связи.
Yeah, it's way faster, fucking hell.
Пехота готова. Артиллеристы готовы.
Yeah, this is cool.
Поехали.
Доведем. Саперы ждут приказа, товарищ.
Even the way the mouse scrolls the camera, which is not ideal, I'd like to be able to use the middle mouse button to do that eventually. That is the one last thing. Someone has to figure out how to have a middle mouse scroll that works and feels smooth, just like in Caesar 3. That would be it. This game would be fucking perfect if it had that. That's the last thing. I don't know how to do that. I know how to use tools that are available and try and get configurations that work just from pure intuition, but don't know how to code. At least not beyond fucking undergraduate level Java.
Пехота готова, товарищ командующий.
Yeah. So this is really cool. Figured it out. I didn't think I would get this fast. I only just got this mod working, the HD mod, and started looking at it.
Танкисты на связи.
And already the mouse thing is solved.
Саперы ждут приказа.
It makes all the playing that I did with 800 by 600 on a shitty mouse just feel pointless now. Even though I was nailing those missions, I could surely do even more. Like, see if I get tank rushed, I would surely be able to respond way faster and handle it. Yeah, look at this fucking mouse.
Пехота готова.
This is so clean. It's just like on the desktop. This is just like clicking around on Windows at 240 FPS. Because that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. Like, it's just native, it feels one-to-one. Never thought that would be possible in Sudden Strike. Sudden Strike always seemed like a really... I don't know, like the way it rendered its graphics and everything, it felt like it was running its own little project that you could never really interfere with, but couldn't have been more wrong about that.